What's the first thing you do when you get to the airport? If your answer is panic and head straight for the check-in line, then congratulations. You're doing it wrong. Smart passengers don't just wander into the terminal like it's a shopping mall. They hit the ground with a game plan. Because in 2025, airports are a minefield of delays, random rule changes, and overpriced bottles of water. That's why today we're breaking down the 10 things every smart traveler does immediately after arriving at the airport. Do these, and you'll save time, money, and maybe even your sanity. Skip them, and you'll be the person holding up the line while everyone else stares. Let's get into it. Number 1. Find your gate and screenshot it. The very first move smart travelers make, they figure out exactly where their gate is. And no, I don't mean glancing at the giant screen for 2 seconds before heading to Starbucks. Airlines love to play musical chairs with gates. You think you're leaving from A14, but 20 minutes later, it's switched to C72, which just happens to be on the other side of the airport, down 3 escalators, and across a moving walkway that's broken. So here's the play. Check your airline app or the departure board the second you walk in, then screenshot it. That way, even if the Wi-Fi dies, your phone still has proof of where you're supposed to be. Extra smart passengers will even set a quick alert or pin it on their home screen, because nothing feels dumber than running to the wrong end of the terminal with 5 minutes to spare. Bottom line? Don't trust memory. Don't trust luck. Just screenshot your gate like your whole trip depends on it, because it kinda does. Number 2. Check for delays, cancellations, and gate changes. Smart passengers know the airport is basically a live-action video game where the rules update every 5 minutes. You checked your flight status at home? Cute. By the time you parked your car, it probably changed. Flights get delayed, gates get shuffled, whole terminals swap around like it's a bad prank show. And the worst part? The airline usually tells you last. Everyone else at the gate already knows, and you're the poor soul speed walking in the wrong direction wondering why your plane isn't there. So the second you arrive, whip out your airline app, or better yet, a flight tracker like FlightAware. Refresh it, then refresh it again. Because being the person who shows up at gate 22 while your flight quietly moved to gate 47 is not a good look. Smart passengers treat flight status like social media. Constant updates, constant scrolling. The more you check, the less likely you'll be sprinting across the airport while they're announcing final boarding. Number 3. Hit the restroom before it turns into a concert venue. Here's a rookie mistake. Waiting until boarding time to finally use the bathroom. By then, half the terminal has the same idea, and suddenly you're in a line so long it needs a fast pass. Smart passengers know the golden rule: go early. The second you get through the door, find a restroom and get it out of the way. Not only are the lines shorter, but the stalls are cleaner too, because trust me, 3 hours from now, that same restroom is going to look like a music festival porta potty. And here's a pro move. Skip the obvious bathroom right by security. Walk a little further down the terminal or head upstairs if there's a mezzanine. Those hidden bathrooms, practically empty. While everyone else is shoulder to shoulder in line, you're done and sipping coffee like nothing happened. Bottom line, nobody wants to start their trip in a bathroom queue. Go early, go where it's quiet, and thank yourself later. Before we keep going, can I ask a quick favor? If you're finding these tips helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel grow, and it means you won't miss out on the next set of airport tips that could save your trip. All right, let's jump back in. Number 4. Double-check your bag before the gate agents do. Smart passengers know the airport is full of traps, and the bag sizer at the gate is basically a bear trap in disguise. You thought you were safe because you packed at home? Yeah, except your jacket's now stuffed in your carry-on, your water bottle added 2 pounds, and somehow the zipper is holding on for dear life. The second you arrive, look for those self-serve scales or bag sizers in the terminal. Toss your bag in, see if it fits, and fix it before some power-tripping gate agent makes you do the walk of shame in front of 200 people. Because nothing screams rookie like standing at the podium trying to cram your suitcase into a metal box while everyone in line sighs loudly behind you. And if it doesn't fit, guess what? You're either coughing up cash or watching your precious carry-on vanish into the cargo hold. Smart travelers play offense. They check their bag before the airline does. If it's overweight, shift stuff into your personal item. If it's bulging, rearrange it. Do it now, while nobody's watching, instead of being the free comedy show at the gate. Number 5. Charge your devices before every outlet gets hijacked. Airports are like the Hunger Games when it comes to power outlets. You spot one across the terminal, sprint over, and nope, already taken by a guy charging 3 phones, a laptop, and something that looks suspiciously like a blender. Smart passengers don't wait until their battery is gasping at 5%. They plug in the second they arrive, while outlets are still open. Even if you're sitting at 70%, top it up. Because by the time you actually need juice, good luck finding an empty port. Pro move? Bring a small extension cord or a travel power strip. Plug that in, and suddenly you're everyone's best friend, because now 3 people can charge at once. I swear by this hack, and it's true, you'll look like a genius. Number 6. Reorganize your bag like a pro. Smart passengers don't wait until they're in the middle seat trying to dig their headphones out from under a pile of hoodies. They fix their bag the second they hit the airport. Pull out what you'll actually need on the flight: headphones, snacks, a book, meds, phone charger, and stash them in an easy-access pocket. Because once that bag is in the overhead bin, you're not standing up every 5 minutes to rummage through it. Nothing says amateur like blocking the aisle while everyone else is trying to board. So shift your heavier stuff to the bottom of the bag, near the wheels if you've got a roller. Not only does it make your bag easier to handle, but it also stops it from tipping over like a drunk toddler every time you let go. And here's where the quirky travelers shine. Some even keep a little plane kit ready in a Ziploc or pouch. Throw it in the seat back pocket and boom, everything you need is right there. No drama, no digging. Bottom line, organize now, relax later. The airport is stressful enough without you wrestling your backpack like it's a wrestling match. Number 7. Grab water before you're trapped. Smart passengers know the airport is basically a desert with Wi-Fi. By the time you're at your gate, you're already dehydrated, and the only options are a $7 bottle of water or waiting until the flight attendant finally rolls the cart to row 32. The second you arrive, refill your reusable bottle or buy water before the prices and lines get worse. Most modern airports have those fancy refill stations. Use them. Don't be the person trying to beg for a cup of water at the gate like you're stranded in the Sahara. And here's the thing. Once you board, you're trapped. You can't run back out for a drink. You can't skip the 40-minute boarding process. You sit, you wait, you get thirsty. Smart travelers plan ahead. They fill up, sip slow, and avoid the rookie mistake of boarding dry-mouthed and desperate. Extra clever passengers? They grab water and a snack at the same time, because nothing pairs better with turbulence than having your own stash when the food cart doesn't make it your way. Number 8. Scope out shortcuts and backup routes. Smart passengers don't just sit at the gate like zombies staring at their phones. They take a quick walk around and figure out the lay of the land. Why? Because airports are basically giant mazes designed to confuse you into buying overpriced snacks. Walk the terminal. Spot the alternate restrooms, the hidden seating areas, and the little coffee stand nobody else seems to notice. Bonus points if you find a shortcut, like a side escalator or a walkway that lets you skip the crowd. Reddit swears by exploring upstairs levels or the far ends of terminals where nobody goes. That's where you find peace and quiet. And here's the thing. When chaos happens, delays, gate changes, boarding announcements, everyone else stampedes in one direction while you already know a faster path. You look like a travel ninja while they look like a herd of lost cattle. So don't just sit there waiting for the chaos to come to you. Explore a little. The smart passenger always has a backup route and usually a better seat to relax in. Number 9. Ask about upgrades or seat changes right away. Smart passengers know timing is everything. The second you get to the airport is the sweet spot. That magical window when seats are still moving around and you've actually got a chance at snagging something better. Go to the gate desk or check the airline app. Ask if there are any upgrades, open rows, or premium seats that just freed up. Sometimes people cancel, miss connections, or get rebooked, and suddenly there's an empty aisle seat just sitting there waiting. The polite traveler who asks early? That's the one who gets it, and don't underestimate the power of a smile at the gate agent. Seriously, they deal with cranky people all day. If you're the one person who's friendly and asks nicely, you've got way better odds of walking away with a better seat. Reddit is full of stories of travelers scoring upgrades just by being decent human beings at the right time. Bottom line, closed mouths don't get fed. Smart passengers ask early, ask nicely, and sometimes end up stretching their legs in a better seat while everyone else is squashed in the middle. Number 10. Mentally rehearse your boarding or connection plan. This one separates the rookies from the smart passengers. While everyone else is mindlessly scrolling TikTok, smart travelers are running a quick mental checklist. If it's a connection, you pull up the airport map on your phone and figure out where you'll land and where you'll run next. Because nothing's worse than realizing your next flight is boarding on the other side of the universe and you've got 20 minutes to get there. If it's your first flight, you think through the boarding process. Where do you line up? Which group are you in? Where's the overhead space most likely to be open? Because here's the ugly truth. Half the battle of boarding is just knowing how to play the game. And here's a pro-level trick. Visualize where your bag will go before you even get on the plane. Overhead bins fill fast, and smart passengers aren't the ones wandering the aisle in a panic looking for space while the line builds behind them. Bottom line, airports are chaos factories. The smart passenger walks in with a plan, rehearses the moves, and makes boarding look easy, while everyone else is sprinting, sweating, and swearing. So, those were the things smart airline passengers do at the airport. But if you want to know the things every smart passenger does after boarding the plane, feel free to watch the video on the end screen next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.